business in Ogun State. I want to remind you, I want to tell you that shortly before we came in as government in Ogun State, industries were crying for raw materials. People were closing down. And I don't want to tell you also that as an investor, when investors they enter our space, either from Venezuela, either from Brazil, they enter with a small briefcase. That's fine. We want to establish industry. Most of the time, processing industry. They don't come with their farmers. So and you know that people who have invested in machinery, machines, some of them have taken loan. They run it daily. And what do they put in their machine? It's not water, it's not sand, it's crops, raw materials. So what we are doing in Ogun State is to provide this platform, which I want to call another name, value chain coordination, in such a way that investors are able to put raw materials, crop in their machine daily. You also know, ladies and gentlemen, that farmers, they don't harvest every day. They don't plant every day. But industry, what do? They work every day. And the moment they don't have raw materials, what is the implication? Then they might close down. Then we are losing on job. We are also losing on what? Industrialization. So what is Excellency, the governor of Ogun State, what he has approved is that for everyone, everybody that has invested in contributing to the raw material process in Ogun State, there is free training. I also want to give you this data that in 2020 alone, close to 3 billion naira extend hand between our farmers and people who have taken loan to grow crops for the industry. So the government approved that all of them should be given supplementary training so that they are able to repay back their loan. They are also able to contribute to the raw material process. So in the last 1 week, people have exchanged views, farmers, processors, input suppliers, and so on. So we are now sure of how to work with ourselves in such a way that we will deliver on support to smallholder farmer, food security, job creation, and industrialization. So if you are an investor in Ogun State, be sure of the fact that you are in a good location. You also benefit from sustainable supply of raw materials that will keep the factory growing. So we are also into food and nutrition. So this is not the end of it. This is just the beginning of relationship that has been formed. Please let us follow up. Let us also visit Ministry of Agriculture, Trade and Investment, and other related industries so that we can nurture this relationship. Once again, I want to thank stakeholders for their patience and for witnessing the pleasant end of this short interaction. In the name of our fellow honorable commissioners here, senior cabinet members that are here, and His Excellency as ably represented, I welcome you to this closing ceremony and to tell you that you will still see us again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to quickly recognize the Senior Special Assistant on Industry, Trade and Investment, who is equally here, Ms. Shola Arobieke. Thank you very much for your cooperation and support all the time. Next, I'll invite the Honorable Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kike Lomo Lunge, for our own remarks.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, MFR FIOD, ably represented by Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salakoyedele, the Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, ably represented by Honorable Kemi Oduwole, the Chairman, House Committee on Industry, Trade and Investment, the Head of Service, Alaja Selmot Otun, the former Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly, my dear sister, Right Honorable Titi Oseni Gomez, the Honorable Commissioners here present, Special Advisors, members of the State Executive Council, Body of Permanent Secretaries, Senior Special Assistants. In particular, I'd like to recognize the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. Oluola Ikulola, the President of Ogusima, and all the Executive Council members of Ogusima, immediate past President of Nasima, and our own Iyalode of the universe, Iyalode Alaba Lawson, the Chairman of the Market Board, Chairman of Osamka, other Chairman of the various agencies here present, our Royal Fathers, Royal Majesties, Royal Highnesses, the team, entire team from Ogusima and the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and the Ministry of Agriculture, our guests from all over Nigeria and also the Republic of Benin, Republic of Cameroon, and all the other countries outside of Nigeria. Today, we are rounding up the 10th International Gateway Trade Fair. Over the past 10 days, we have seen a rich and diverse exhibition of products and services across different sectors of our economy. This fair has brought together the business community and various participants from far and near to network, to interact and exchange business ideas which will enhance prosperity and growth. Trade fairs have become an important norm in the country, and our dear state is poised to take a leading role, particularly because we are the gateway state. As a result, we appreciate the approval of this year's edition and the massive support of the state government in ensuring that this fair is successful, given that the last event was held in 2018. The theme of this year's trade fair, transforming agriculture and commerce in a highly competitive global market, is quite instructive as it underscores the need to pay more attention to the agricultural sector as a means of creating jobs and improving revenue generation. As we know, Ogun State is intensifying efforts to diversify its economy through the development of solid minerals, in line with its goal of becoming the leading mining exploration state in the Federation. We are also working assiduously on our agricultural and commercial sectors by promoting the agricultural value chain, taking advantage of various interventions and relationships with development partners, big industry players, as well as MSMEs. It is no gainsaying that this is playing off already, as we have become the leading producer of cassava and poultry products in Nigeria. I am confident that this year's trade fair has been profitable and has achieved its set objectives. Let us all seek the benefits of our businesses and our investments. I am optimistic that when we are back next year in 2022 for the 11th Gateway International Trade Fair, we will be better equipped to reap even more benefits from the experience. Alaji Olalaye mentioned that we had 2,000 guests. When I heard 2,000 guests, I said, next year, our target is to multiply that by 10. We should target 20,000, even more guests at next year's events. As we celebrate our Ogun State Day today, we recognize that Ogun State is an investment destination of choice for investors, a meeting point for leading lights in culture and tourism, and the home of many firsts in academics, art, politics, and others. Let us relish these as we visit the pavilions. Remember, it takes contributions from all of us to sustain this leading position. I want to thank everyone, board and management of Ogusima, and the Ogun State government for the success of this fair. I want to thank all the exhibitors, the sponsors and visitors for their contribution to this success. As I conclude this address, I once again ask investors to take full advantage of our progressive, stable, and secure business environment to establish and nurture their creative ideas in conjunction with the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. Be assured that we're ready to provide you with all the support needed to make your business a success. Thank you for listening, and may the Lord bless us all. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn.
Thank you. And so, on this note, we will be listening to Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ogun State. Let me state that she needs to give the address now because there is another pressing state assignment that she must attend. And therefore, we crave the indulgence of all our dignitaries that she will take her address now, and right after that, we will invite Yalodi Alabalosin for the short presentation of the awards before Her Excellency takes her leave. Right now, I invite the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele.
Represented by the Chairman of the House Committee of Industry, Trade and Investment, Honorable Ken Oduwole, the Head of Service, Alaja Selma Otun, members of the State Executive Council here, including the Honorable Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kikela Malunga, the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Adiola Odegino, the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Solabi Akwape, the Honorable Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Dr. Tony Tayo, the Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties, Barrister Femi Ogun, the erstwhile Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Titi Osei Gomez, Mama, the former President of Nasima, Kewasi, Ogusima, Oguasima, Abelosima, the woman who makes 70, the new 40, or 40, the new 70, whichever we want to say it, Mama Iyalide Alaba Lawson, body of permanent secretaries here, the chairman of the State Marketing Board, Honorable Dada, the chairman of SAMCA, Honorable Hunye, all our local government transition chairmen here, the president of Ogusima, Alaji Wasi Olale, all executive members of Ogusima, the Aparigo of Remo, ably represented by His Royal Highness of Avikola, the Duadeja, the Niro, the Remo, and His Royal Highness of Samuel Olatunji Kalejai, the Uloku of Irani Remo, and all other royal fathers here, all stakeholders here, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It's my pleasure here to represent His Excellency Prince Dako Abiodun MFR at the closing ceremony of this year's Gateway Trade Fair, the 10th Gateway Trade Fair, today the 12th of April 2021. It's a great pleasure and delight that I stand before you all today as we celebrate our dear state and also pull down the curtain on this 10th Gateway International Trade Fair. It must be noted that the fair has continued to improve yearly, and I'm very impressed because it has become a trusted avenue for our industry's farmers, potential investors, and also members of the public to exhibit and also interact with each other. This year's theme, Transforming Agriculture and Commerce in a Highly Competitive Global Market, is very apt because it follows on from the agenda of this government to build a very important, to make agriculture a very important step and backbone of the economy of this state. The two honorable commissioners have spoken extensively about different initiatives that the state has taken to promote both the agricultural sector and also to make the state the destination of choice for investors coming to this country and also to the subcontinent. The importance of the agricultural sector to industrial growth and development of any economy cannot be overemphasized. And it is in light of this that our administration will continue to give the needed attention to this sector and its value chain industry. Another major fulcrum on which development economics stand is the micro, small, and medium enterprise because of this contribution to accelerating industrialization and also employment. We have created the Ogun State Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency, the Office of Public-Private Partnership, and the Bureau of Public Procurement to allow the state to continue to be a first-choice destination for foreign direct investment by removing bottlenecks associated with the initial documentation for new investors and improving the ease of doing business in our state. Security is also very germane to prosperity and the growth of our people, and it is in view of this that we promise to leave no stone unturned to ensure that the state maximizes its potential and provides a secure and safe environment for industrialists and all residents alike. Achieving all these may not be possible without the support of the organized private sector in the state. You have been playing a wonderful role in the implementation of the programs of this government and will continue to build on our business-friendly policies and our relationships and our relationships in order to strengthen the current status of Ogun State as the industrial hub of this country. This administration is committed to industrial development of the state, promotion of commercial activity, and empowerment of our people. To reiterate, this government, the principle on which this government is based, is to give Ogun State a focused and qualitative government and to create the enabling environment for public-private sector partnership, which is fundamental to the creation of an enduring economic development and individual prosperity for the people of Ogun State. Finally, I would want to congratulate the management executive of Ogun Sima, the various government ministries, departments and agencies, exhibitors and participants who have contributed to the success of the 10th Gateway International Trade Fair 2021. And I pray that the Almighty will preserve all of us so that we are here again next year for the 11th Gateway International Trade Fair 2022, which, as has been stated earlier, promises to be bigger and better. It is on this note, to the glory of God, that I hereby declare the 10th Gateway International Trade Fair 2021 closed. I thank you all for listening and God